Did you know that 1 in 3 adults over 60 shows early signs of kidney damage, yet 9 out of 10 have no idea their kidneys are struggling? Most people won't feel a thing until significant damage has already occurred. Many of us believe that kidney problems announce themselves loudly, that we'll definitely know when something's wrong. But the truth is, your kidneys can lose up to 90% of their function silently, without pain or obvious symptoms, before you notice anything at all. This is why kidney health is often called the quiet crisis in preventive medicine. We often brush off small changes in our bodies, a bit more fatigue after work, needing to use the bathroom a little more frequently at night, or swelling that comes and goes in our ankles. We assume these are just normal parts of aging, but in reality, these subtle shifts can be your body's way of signaling that your kidneys need attention, especially when combined with high blood pressure or blood sugar that's crept up over the years. Today, we're going to explore 5 important warning signs that your kidneys might be struggling, and we'll talk about 2 powerful things you can control right now: your blood pressure and your blood sugar, to protect your kidney health before problems develop. This isn't about alarming you. It's about giving you real information so you can take gentle, effective action. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what signs to watch for, why blood pressure and blood sugar matter so much to your kidneys, and most importantly, what practical steps you can take today to protect your kidney function and maintain your independence and energy well into your later years. Let's start by understanding what your kidneys actually do, because once you grasp this, the warning signs will make much more sense. Your kidneys are to bean-shaped organs about the size of your fists, and they work 24/7 doing something absolutely essential for your survival. Think of them as your body's filtration system, like the filter in your car's engine or the drain system in your house. Every single day, your kidneys filter about 120 to 150 quarts of blood to produce roughly 1 to 2 quarts of urine, but they're not just removing waste. They're also maintaining the right balance of water, salt, and electrolytes in your body. They regulate your blood pressure, they help control the production of red blood cells, and they activate vitamin D for bone health. When kidneys are healthy, this happens silently in the background, and you don't think about it at all. But when kidney function starts to decline, especially in people over 50, the body can struggle to keep up with these tasks, and that's when warning signs begin to appear. The problem is, many of these signs feel so ordinary, so much like normal aging, that people miss them entirely. Here's the encouraging part: unlike many age-related conditions, kidney disease is one of the most preventable health challenges facing adults over 50. Research consistently shows that controlling 2 main factors, blood pressure and blood sugar, can dramatically slow or even prevent kidney damage before it starts. This means that the information you're learning right now can literally change your health trajectory. Now let's talk about the first warning sign: changes in your urination pattern. I want to be very specific here because this is something many people dismiss without thinking. In early kidney disease, you might notice that you're getting up to use the bathroom more often at night, maybe once or twice instead of not at all. This is called nocturia, and while it can have other causes, when combined with other signs, it's worth paying attention to. You might also notice changes in the appearance of your urine. Healthy urine is typically pale yellow or clear. If your urine appears dark, tea-colored, or noticeably more concentrated than usual, that can signal that your kidneys aren't processing fluids the way they should. Some people also report that their urine becomes foamy or bubbly, which can indicate protein in the urine, a very important sign that kidney filtering isn't working optimally. The reason this happens is straightforward. When your kidney filters, called nephrons, begin to wear out, they can't concentrate urine properly, and protein that should stay in your bloodstream starts to leak out. This is why your doctor might test your urine. It's one of the easiest ways to catch kidney problems early. Now you might be thinking, I sometimes drink less water in the winter, so my urine is darker. Does that mean my kidneys are failing? The answer is no. One observation doesn't mean anything. But if you're noticing consistent changes over weeks and you're drinking your normal amount of water, that's when it becomes meaningful. This is why awareness matters. You know your body better than anyone else. The second warning sign is persistent fatigue and weakness that doesn't improve with rest. This is one I want to spend time on because it's so commonly overlooked or attributed to other causes. When your kidneys aren't functioning optimally, they produce less of a hormone called erythropoietin, or EPO. This hormone tells your bone marrow to produce red blood cells. Red blood cells carry oxygen throughout your body. When you have fewer red blood cells, a condition called anemia, your muscles and brain don't get enough oxygen, and you feel tired. This isn't the tiredness you feel after a long day or after poor sleep. It's a deeper, more persistent exhaustion that doesn't seem to go away even after rest. Many people over 50 attribute this fatigue to aging itself, to their jobs, to life stress, or to getting older in general. But research shows that unexplained fatigue in people over 50, especially when combined with other signs, warrants investigation. One helpful way to think about this: if you used to walk for 30 minutes without getting winded, but now you get tired after 15 minutes, and this has developed gradually, that's worth noting and discussing with your doctor. Have you noticed that activities that used to feel easy now leave you more tired than they should? Not because you're out of shape, but because you just run out of steam faster. The third warning sign is swelling, particularly in your legs, ankles, feet, and sometimes around the eyes. This is one of the most visible indicators of kidney problems, which makes it important to recognize. Here's what's happening physiologically. Your kidneys regulate sodium and fluid balance in your body. When they're not working properly, your body retains excess sodium and water. This fluid doesn't evaporate or move away on its own. It accumulates in the tissues, especially in the lower parts of your body because of gravity. That's why the swelling is usually worse in the ankles and feet, especially if you've been sitting down for a while. You might notice that your socks leave deep marks in your skin, or that by evening your shoes feel tight when they usually don't. This swelling, called edema, is different from the normal puffiness everyone experiences occasionally. It's persistent. It usually affects both sides of your body equally. And it might feel slightly stiff or uncomfortable. Some people describe it as their skin feeling tight or their legs feeling heavier than usual. There's another important piece to understand. This swelling is directly connected to blood pressure, which is one of the factors you can control when your kidneys can't regulate fluid properly. Fluid volume in your bloodstream increases, which puts more pressure on your arteries. Over time, this higher pressure damages the delicate blood vessels in your kidneys, creating a vicious cycle. This is why controlling blood pressure is so protective for your kidneys. It prevents this cycle from developing in the first place. The wonderful news is that many people who make changes to their blood pressure through lifestyle adjustments, things like reducing sodium intake, moving their body regularly, managing stress, and sometimes medication if needed, see improvements in swelling and energy levels within weeks or months. These changes don't just help your kidneys. They help your heart, your brain, and how you feel overall. The fourth warning sign is high blood pressure that's new or harder to control, or noticing shortness of breath, especially when lying down or with minimal exertion. Let me explain the connection here. Your kidneys and your cardiovascular system are deeply linked. Your kidneys help regulate blood pressure through a system involving hormones and fluid balance. When kidneys begin to fail, they can't regulate this properly, so blood pressure often rises. But here's the tricky part. High blood pressure also damages kidneys, creating that cycle I mentioned. It's like a seesaw where each problem makes the other worse. The reason for shortness of breath is different but equally important. When your kidneys aren't filtering waste properly, waste products called uremic toxins accumulate in your blood additionally. Fluid can build up in your lungs instead of just in your tissues. This fluid in the lungs makes it harder for oxygen to enter your bloodstream, so you feel winded more easily. Now, there's another crucial piece here. This is where controlling your blood sugar becomes critical. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, and many people over 50 do, often without realizing it, high blood sugar accelerates kidney damage. High sugar damages the delicate filters in your kidneys, much like and damages a water filter. Controlling your blood sugar isn't just about preventing diabetes. It's about protecting the organs that diabetes would harm. The fifth warning sign is nausea, loss of appetite, or a metallic taste in your mouth. I know this might sound disconnected from kidney function, but it's actually a direct result of waste accumulation. When your kidneys can't filter waste effectively, those uremic toxins build up in your bloodstream. These toxins irritate your digestive system, which is why you might feel nauseated or lose interest in food. Some people describe a persistent metallic or unpleasant taste in their mouth, sometimes called uremia taste. You might also notice that certain foods you used to enjoy no longer sound appealing. This sign is particularly important because it can lead to malnutrition if not addressed. When you're not eating enough because you feel sick, your body doesn't get the nutrients it needs, which can accelerate overall health decline. This is why catching kidney disease early matters. You can prevent reaching the stage where these symptoms develop. Now I want to give you the most practical, actionable information: How to control the two factors that matter most for kidney protection: blood pressure and blood sugar. Let's start with blood pressure. Your target blood pressure changes slightly after age 60, but generally, for people over 50 without other serious conditions. Aiming for around 130/80 millimeters of mercury is ideal for kidney protection. This is slightly lower than the traditional goal of 140/90, and research shows this lower target provides better protection for your kidneys, heart, and brain. How do you manage blood pressure without medication or alongside medication if your doctor prescribes it? Start with sodium. Most Americans consume far too much salt, often 3,400 to 4,000 milligrams daily when the recommendation is around 2,300 milligrams. When you reduce sodium, you reduce the amount of fluid your body retains, which directly lowers blood pressure. This isn't about making food taste bad. It's about using other seasonings. Garlic, fresh herbs like basil and oregano, lemon juice, black pepper, and spices like cumin create delicious flavor without sodium. Start reading labels on packaged foods because most sodium comes from processed foods, not from the salt shaker. The second factor is movement. Physical activity doesn't have to mean going to the gym. A 30-minute walk most days of the week is incredibly powerful. Walking improves blood pressure, helps with weight management, improves blood sugar control, and reduces stress, all things that protect your kidneys. Many people over 50 underestimate how much impact this simple habit can have. The third factor is stress management. When you're chronically stressed, your body releases hormones that raise blood pressure. Even 5 to 10 minutes daily of deep breathing, where you breathe in slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4, measurably lowers blood pressure and has calming effects on your nervous system. Now let's talk about blood sugar, which is equally important if you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. Controlling your blood sugar is one of the most protective things you can do for your kidneys. Even if you haven't been diagnosed, understanding how to keep your blood sugar stable is valuable. The key is understanding that blood sugar isn't just about sugar in candy or desserts. It's about refined carbohydrates in general: white bread, white rice, pasta made from refined flour, sugary drinks, and processed foods. When you eat these, your blood sugar spikes quickly. Your pancreas releases insulin to bring it down. But if you do this repeatedly throughout the day, your pancreas gets overworked, insulin resistance develops, and eventually diabetes can emerge. Instead, focus on 3 strategies. First, eat more fiber. Fiber slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. Vegetables, beans, whole grains, and fruits are all good sources. Simple starting point. Add an extra serving of vegetables to lunch and dinner. Aim for variety in colors. Different colors provide different nutrients. Second, be strategic about carbohydrate combination. When you eat a carbohydrate, pair it with protein or healthy fat. For example, instead of having toast alone, have toast with eggs or nuts. Instead of rice alone, have rice with beans or fish. This combination slows down how fast the carbohydrate is absorbed, keeping your blood sugar more stable throughout the day. Third, check your blood sugar if your doctor recommends it, especially if you're over 50 or have risk factors like family history of diabetes or weight gain around your middle. Knowing your numbers is empowering because then you can see which foods and habits affect you personally. Everyone responds slightly differently to foods, so tracking your own patterns gives you better guidance than generic advice. As you think about these 5 warning signs and what we've discussed about blood pressure and blood sugar, I want to ask, which of these warning signs resonates with something you've noticed about your own health recently? Or which one surprises you most? I'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights might help someone else recognize something important about their own health, and that matters. I want to mention that everything we've discussed today is for educational purposes, to help you understand your body and take steps toward better health. If you've noticed any of these warning signs, or if you have concerns about your kidney function, blood pressure, or blood sugar, the next step is a conversation with your doctor. They can order simple tests like a blood test to check your kidney function through something called creatinine and GFR, or a urine test that give you clear answers. There's no downside to checking. These are routine tests that provide valuable information. If you found this information helpful, subscribing ensures you won't miss that next video. Here's what I want you to remember as you go through your day. Your kidneys are working for you right now, filtering, balancing, keeping you healthy. Small, consistent actions: drinking enough water, moving your body, choosing whole foods, managing stress, and staying aware of how you feel. These aren't dramatic changes, but they are powerful. You have more control over your kidney health than you might realize. Stay aware, stay empowered, and take gentle steps toward better health. You deserve to feel well.